This is DownHome Sports, covering the best sports and student athletes in Ellis County. Brought to you by Pinnacle Bank with ATM Live, powered by the people. Not just another bank in Texas, but Texas in a bank.
Hey, we just stopped by Midlothian Girls Softball. Check out the info, check out the highlights.
All right, so really loud, what's your names?
Maddie.
Addie and Maddie.
Yes.
And what positions do y'all play?
Pitcher and coach. I play pitcher one game, but I mostly play catcher.
Okay, and what's the best thing about softball?
Having fun.
Having fun? What about you? Okay,
Have fun.
so is it fun to have all the friends here and start meeting new people from around town?
Yes.
Okay, and what's your favorite thing to do on the softball field?
For me, it's hit the ball and catch.
Okay,
Hit and when I'm on the field to feel accomplished after I do something right.
awesome. Well, thank you, lady. Talk loud for me, okay? So what's your name?
Macy,
Macy, and what do they call you, Macy?
Nene,
And what's your favorite thing to do on the softball field?
probably either play catcher or second.
Second, okay. Do you like to hit the ball really hard?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the best thing about softball, though? Is it all the friends?
Probably all the friends and all of the hard training.
Awesome. And what do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm not sure yet. Probably like a veterinarian or something.
Okay. But where do you want to play softball? Do you know what high school you might be going to? Are you excited that one day you might be able to be a Midlothian Panther?
Yes.
Awesome. So congratulations on the big win. And what does that mean? Y'all have another playoff game tomorrow?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, good luck, okay?
Thank you.
I know. All right, ladies, what's your names?
Alina. Jillian.
Okay, so what division y'all play at Midlothian Girls Softball Association?
14U.
14U? Okay, are either one of y'all getting ready to go play for high school next year? You? You're not going to play?
I will, but that's a little 8th grader.
Oh, okay, a little bit younger. Okay. So what's your favorite thing about softball?
I like the adrenaline and trying to get the girls out, and I like when I hit it really hard to the outfield. It just makes me feel so good.
Okay.
I like just being with friends and being a little, let all that steam loose. And it's just a sport, you have fun, and I don't know.
You get to let your anger out, and then you get to scream for your teammates and cheer.
Okay, what about the sisterhood that's developed every year?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Last season, it was really good. We were super close. This season, it's pretty good too, but a lot of people are a little introverted, but we try to make everyone feel comfortable.
I've been with this team for 3 seasons now, and I love them. I love the coach, I love his daughter, I love the team. I want to stay with them. I love you too. But there's always a few girls where you don't always get along
Yeah.
with. Like there's some where you just click and you know that you're gonna be friends.
Awesome. All right, so introduce yourselves for us. We'll start right here.
Oh, I'm McKenna. I'm Riley. I'm Addison. I'm Presley.
I'm Ashley.
Okay, and what positions do y'all play?
First, short, catcher, third. Are you gonna go?
Center field?
Yep.
Okay, are you sure?
Oh no.
Okay, that's okay. All right, so what age group are y'all?
16.
16U?
Oh, it's mixed. It's like mixed.
Okay, so how many of y'all play high school ball right now? Anybody?
I'm not even in high school. Yes.
Yes.
Emily, where did Emily go?
I guess I'm raising my hand.
Are you a freshman? Huh?
do it next time.
Y'all do it next. What schools y'all going to?
NHS.
Heritage?
No, Alvarado.
We're sorry about that. Okay, it's not Nellis County. All right, what's the funnest thing about playing softball and having a sisterhood like this?
My teammates are fun. And they're nice.
Okay.
The team.
Okay. So has Coach let y'all have a sleepover at his house yet?
No.
Okay, why not? Okay. So question, is there anything about the sport that you think you'll carry on from here on? What are you learning from softball? We're gonna start in the middle.
Oh, yes, Addison. So glad you chose the middle. Just to be confident in yourself and don't like think negative and always be positive.
Okay.
Learn from your mistakes. Always keep good at it. Just so inspirational. Probably.
I guess if you do something wrong, then you just.
I guess like. That's what I said.
Oh,
I don't know.
Shut up.
Okay. So do y'all have a team cheer?
Yes, but.
Do y'all don't have like there was a little froggy who sat upon a loggy?
We're not allowed to.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, Coach is lame. Okay. All right. So ladies, did y'all move on tonight?
Yes. We're going to the championship game tomorrow.
What time?
7:30.
7:30? Okay, well thank you so much.
In Ellis County, we're always on the run. It's always good to know that someone's always there. Doesn't matter the time of day. With ATM Live, hours are always available. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can always pull right up and talk to someone live for that personal service. Or stop by and visit with the friendly folks inside. Pinnacle Bank, not just another bank in Texas, but Texas in a bank. Member FDIC. Well, guess what, Ellis County? We got a lot of happenings down there in Maypearl, Texas. We got brand new AD and head football coach, Coach Olson. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much. I'm really excited to move on and move forward with what we're doing here in Maypearl.
Well, and let's start off with something else that's happening down there. I don't think a lot of people know about. You got a new stadium.
We do. Yes, sir. Yeah. So we're getting brand new turf. We're getting a brand new track, and we're getting a brand new lighting system. So it's going to be amazing. Our facilities are really nice. And Coach Reapy and Mr. Bowling and our school board, everybody worked together and got that approved, and they started working on it at the end of April. And we're looking to get it completed around the end of June.
Well, you know, somebody that's been there, you know what the kids are, you know what the program is about down there as far as the psychology of it. What advantages do you think it is that's a really good deal about having been there and gotten to know the town, the culture, and everything like that?
Maypearl's awesome. I've been a few places, both collegiately and high school, and the more places you go, you start to find certain traits and characteristics of towns and just universities or schools, school districts, administrators, who you work with, the surrounding community. And man, Maypearl's just been so good to us, to my family. And to my own children go to school there. And so we're so thankful and honored to have the opportunity to continue in this role.
Well, and, you know, not only has Maypearl been kind of your family, but your family is 100% invested down there. And I know that. And just talk about how great it is to have that support system, whether it be at the school or at home, you know, because there's so many things happening when you're the AD. You know, like last year, y'all had to move coaches around quite a bit last year. You know, I mean, somebody was helping basketball because y'all were short a basketball coach. All these different things that happen during a school year. But does it make it easier when you have that investment back at home as well?
Yeah, I mean, my wife is my wife Becky is incredible. When we met, she was a volleyball player at Ranger Junior College and then at Midwestern State, and that's where we met. And she started off her career. She was a teacher and a coach as well, a volleyball coach and a business teacher. And so, I mean, we did. Our children are both born May 22nd and May 23rd. They're 2 years and 1 day apart. So we planned out having our children right at the end of the school year, so we got the maximum amount of time with them. So yeah, Becky's amazing.
That's pretty awesome. I've gotten to meet her once, and lovely woman. But talk about this upcoming season, right? There's a lot of schools out there looking for football coaches right now.
Yeah, we're jacked about it. Our realignment did not affect us too much. We ended up getting put into a 9-team district, so that's bigger than before. So what that means is we're only going to have 2 non-district games, which are our first 2 games. Essentially the district is the same as it was before. We just added a couple of schools to it. We have some really, really good student athletes coming up. If I could talk about the seniors first.
Yeah.
You got guys like Crew Patton, Landon Rayford, Steele Renfro, Tristan Rivera, Brian Fisher. And I'm not naming them all, but those are guys that have just been outstanding for us. High character, hardworking. I've had those guys this will be coming up on year 3 that I've been with them. And man, I love those guys. And they come from great families, and they've really bought into what we've done and are going to continue to do.
Well, and it seemed like, last year seemed like a small senior class for the football team, but they were very impactful. The senior leadership, I think last summer really set the bar to take Maypearl further with the summer workout program. There weren't a lot of people that were missing that.
No, we had outstanding attendance, and man, you would think that our senior class was a little bit smaller, but actually it was almost the same size as the 2021 class. Yeah. But I thought the same thing at first too, and then I started looking at the roster. I'm like, no, we maybe had 1 to 2 less seniors than the previous year. There's a huge void that those guys are leaving, and the guys that graduated, those were all 2 or 3 sport studs. We had a guy who graduated who did 5 sports, and he was in the band. And now he's going to the Air Force Academy, Seth Ramsey kid. So yeah, we have some incredible people in Maypearl. So
well, who do you see taking up some of that leadership for you? Over the summer, and kind of being that student leader saying, hey, this is where we win, is in the weight room.
Yeah. So, gosh, the guys that I really see that have embraced that leadership role, you got guys like Cole Rager, who he's a jack of all trades. You put that guy in a position to make a play on offense, and he's going to do. He can play quarterback, he can play running back, he can play receiver, and then defensively, he can play anywhere in the back 7. So he can play linebacker, deep, like corner, safety. It doesn't matter. And he's a all district second baseman for us. And hopefully we can get him to run a little track. But Cole's a great kid.
Well, and we don't want to just stick on football because your new title is AD, of course, but we'll talk about this last year as a whole from the school. I think personally, this is probably one of the best well-rounded athletic attempts that Maypearl's had in a while. It just seemed like everything was clicking. You come out with the state championship in weightlifting. The girls' golf team was doing great. Baseball had a good season. Softball had a good season. Basketball teams both performed well. Football and volleyball did well. And, it just wasn't like one thing this year. It was across the board.
Yeah. So one, I really was amazing. I mean, that guy filled in. He was the assistant women's basketball coach in addition to being the athletic director and head football coach. So I really feel like I learned a lot from him as far as being a servant leader. But as a whole, every single team that we had at the varsity level made the postseason on the boys and the girls side. You got Emily Forner winning a powerlifting state championship. To win state in anything at any level in the state of Texas is unreal. I'm not even sure how people can really put that in perspective, because to even make it to a state competition, the odds and how difficult it is and how much you have to do is remarkable. You got Coach Powers has done a great job with our golf program, growing it. He's also our head cross country coach, and he's a Maypearl alum. You got Alex Hensel, who's our girls coordinator now. She took over for the legendary Coach K, wins the district championship in her first season as head girls basketball coach. It's a big deal, man. I mean, and she's another Maypearl alum. Like, you know, you can tell we're a great community because we have people that went to school there that come back and coach there, and they want to be there because it means so much to them. And I mean, that just speaks volumes about this whole, like, everything that's involved with Maypearl.
Well, and like you mentioned before, you had an athlete that did 5 sports and band, right?
Yeah.
And then you had the young lady that won state championship. She goes out and does a great job at golf. I mean, you don't think about a power lifter playing golf too often, but hopefully her drives were extreme. But, you know, but I had the chance to interview her a while back. But just talk about, you know, being fortunate enough. And I think it's a fortunate thing to be, you know, in a lower classification where these athletes can show off all the skills. And then not only that, but learn things about their athletic prowess by doing multiple sports.
Yeah. So being a multiple sport athlete is great for a variety of reasons. One, you get to contribute and build your skill set. You know, when you get a little bit older or you're in a bigger place, there's sometimes more pressure to specialize. Out here, man, we got kids that are showing up from FFA shows and coming and running in track meets. I mean, you know, going and playing in a football game, playing in the band at halftime. That's what we want. Being at the 3A level, you're going to have some great athletes, and you want to encourage kids to have and take all those opportunities, because you only get one chance in high school. And then after that, it's done. And so why not do everything you can do and get that experience? Because you got the rest of your life to work. You got the rest of your life to specialize in something. So get the most out of your high school experience.
Well, the only downside to it is when you got a offensive lineman that leaves his cleats at the house, you know, I mean, that'd be the downside. But yeah, I ain't letting that kid ever live that one down, let me tell you. But you know, when we're talking about these programs doing so good, and you got hometown coaching, you know, people that are invested in the community, and you start seeing these kids like winning all the way across the board. You know, I hear coaches all the time, iron sharpens iron. You know, winning becomes just a basic deal that we're going to do this every time. Do you feel like, I know a few years back, it was kind of like not necessarily we're going to win, we're going to have a good season, but are we going to win a district championship? I think even softball now is like, it's district championship first and foremost right now. But when you're talking about all these teams, does that not prep y'all for the beginning of next year with cross-country football, volleyball, and stuff like that, that these kids are going in with the mindset of, we are going to win district. We are going to have a great record.
Yeah, you're totally right. One of my mentors, a guy named Todd Knight that I worked for at Ouachita Baptist University in Arkansas, iron sharpens iron. That was one of his slogans, his sayings, his mantra. And yeah, iron does sharpen iron. We want to be as competitive as we can in every avenue possible. We want our student athletes to have a great experience, which, like, a great experience doesn't necessarily mean starting being all district, but what it does mean is maximizing whatever ability you have and contributing in any way you can to the team and to the district and to the athletic program. And that's there's no way any one person can get that done. We have so many people that care about success, and success looks different to different people. That's okay. But at the end of the day, we still prioritize student athletes, and whatever their best interest is, that's what we want. These kids work extremely hard, man. I mean, we're out there today. We got construction going on. You know, we talked about the new stadium that we're getting. So guess what, man? We're out on our grass practice field right outside our primary school, man. We're getting back to a little blue collar. We got some thorns and thistles in the field, and that's okay, man.
Are you gonna run them down to You gonna run them down to Junction one day, Coach?
Boy, I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, you know, and it's just, you know, when you talk about this stuff, and I think what most people don't understand is we're blessed in Ellis County. I always tell people we probably have some of the best coaches in Ellis County there is. Okay, because one of the big things is, doesn't matter what district it is, it seems like the coaches care as much for the kids off the field, off the court, as they do on. And it seems like the coaching staff that you have there are all in that vein.
Yeah, I mean, it's first off, just the types of people that we have working on our staff. Man, I could literally list off every coach and tell you what he or she does, what they bring to the table, and how they contribute. A guy I really got to give a special mention to is a guy named Travis Marman. He just finished his first season as our head basketball coach and as an assistant track coach for us. And like, it's remarkable what he's done with regards to helping kids build confidence and then getting kids interested in the sport of basketball. But man, as soon as basketball season was over for him, he was over there coaching his tail off in the high jump, man, getting them high jumpers ready. You know, and well, I mean, that's one of them. He's great.
Yeah, and it just, you know, and like I've had the privilege of going down there a couple times during the off season, and I like to really see what's going on in the off season, because that normally tells me, hey, here's the buy-in, here's what's going on here, you know, and. You know, I know you lost some really good leaders within that senior class this year, and it's probably going to take a little bit of a while for somebody to step up and hit that role and really run. But it just seems like whether it's girls athletic, boys athletics, there are those people out there that are like, you know, in weightlifting, ladies weightlifting, she's coming back. You know, she was one plate away from setting a state record.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot about that and that kind of leadership to say, hey, I may only weigh 100 pounds, but mighty am I.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know this as well. Football is not always about size. You can build an offense, you can run defense and utilize speed or aggressiveness. You know, there's the yin and the yang to that. What do you think as a whole would be the main thing that y'all get out of the athletes on the field and on the courts at Maypearl?
It's a strong desire to be competitive, a strong desire to go above and beyond, and a strong desire to learn. If they don't know how to do something, to learn what it is that they need to do. We have kids in summer school, for example. They can't make normal workout time because they got to go get it done in summer school. And we're going to fully support our administration in getting those young men and women done in summer school. You know, you're in it for one reason or another. Let's get it done. But those kids have been religiously coming by the weight room after summer school because they don't want to be left behind. I mean, that's a testament to, look, we have competition. So I might not be able to get it in with my teammates, but I'm going to get it in, because if I don't get it in, I'm going to be a weak link. I'm going to get us exposed in some way. And they don't want to let each other down when it comes to that. I'm very thankful and proud that is an attitude that these young men and women are bringing to Maypearl athletics.
Well, and, you know, last year when I came down and we shot some film of the kids working out during the summer, it was heartwarming to have you tell me, hey, you need to come check out the junior high kids, you know, because they were out on the field, you know, doing some stuff. And I think y'all were having a camp at that time. And just talk about the junior high program, because, you can't have good varsity and, JV teams unless those kids are learning down the junior high programs.
Yes, sir. 100%. Well, one, I think we have a huge just built-in advantage. Our entire school district is essentially on one big campus. They're just different buildings. So everything can be accessed. Everyone can be accessed by everyone, which is great. As far as junior high is concerned, all of our coaches, they're not high school only or junior high only coaches. We don't have a junior high coordinator and things like that. We are the high school staff and the junior high staff. The great part about that is we get to develop relationships with these kids from the time they enter athletics in 7th grade all the way till they're through. And we get to use the same terminology, same strength and conditioning program. And that pays off in the long run. This year, our 7th grade boys and our 7th grade girls were district champs in track. And our 8th grade boys and girls were district runners up. And we got good. The 6th graders that were in pre-athletics coming up are phenomenal. And then I was the elementary PE teacher. So that gives us another advantage to being able, now transitioning into this role of leadership. I'm going to know all those kids for forever, because until they're through, because I'm both a parent of elementary schoolers and I taught those elementary schoolers. That's a big deal. And we're going to work on continuing and improving on the relationships between high school, middle school, elementary school, primary school.
Well, I think one of the cool stories I heard this year was the gym. I think something was wrong with the gym at one point, and the varsity went down to the elementary gym and was practicing just to create, because that gym resonates a lot more noise. And they said they were working on talking with all that noise going on. What does that mean to an elementary kid, to go down there and walk through the halls and hear these varsity players practicing and taking a peek in and sitting there and looking at these great kids that y'all have on the varsity level going, I want to be like Lexi Berryman. I want to be like Heath Raisler.
That's it. I mean, when you create those relationships and you cultivate those relationships, what you're doing is you are showing those kids, hey, this is you in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. This can be you. Also, because of the community that we're in, a lot of these kids, they know a nephew, a cousin, a brother, a sister, things like that. And they could be kin or neighbors in some way. And that's all huge for us, because that helps you develop an already great community pride, and it helps you perpetuate that pride. With the amount of homes being built in the Maypearl ISD, we are growing. And you don't have to be some mathematician or scientist. All you got to do is drive down 1666 or 1446, and you just see all these houses being built, man. And
it's crazy.
They're not coming. They're already here, and they're going to keep coming. And so we have a great core. We have people that have an unbelievable tradition and history in Maypearl, and then we get to add all these new families in. Boy, what an opportunity,
Oh, I told someone the other day, I said, it won't be long till Maypearl's big 4A, and I said, it won't be that much longer after that. You jump to 5A.
Boy,
no, but if you look at the amount of people that are moving into the county alone, and then what's moving, what percentage Maypearl's getting, it's a very high percentage right now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And that means tax dollars for the programs in the schools and all those great things as well. But Coach, if you haven't reached a player yet, okay, what would you want to tell somebody about that's coming to Maypearl right now about what they should expect when they walk through that athletic hall?
Yeah. So, man, thank you so much for asking that. you come to Maypearl, okay, and you're going to be loved, you're going to be wanted, and you're going to be coached. We're going to have some robust dialogue with you. We're going to speak truths to you, and we're going to care for you and care about you. Okay. Only so many people can start. All right. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to have a great experience. We emphasize student athlete. Student comes before athlete. We want you to maximize your experience, do as many activities and athletic events as possible. And you come to Maypearl, I mean, you are getting family, you are getting community, tight-knit people who love and embrace traditions and are ready for the tightening of the screws, are ready for us to go from a good to great. You know, nothing here is broken or wrong. We got really good programs. So what we want to do is we want to embrace that and continue to level up here in Maypearl. And anyone who's coming in that's new, you can be a part of that because it's going to happen. We would love for you to be a part of that.
Well, and I'm going to give you a shout because I really think it's a toss-up right now for me between two schools for best student section. And that's y'all in Italy, okay? Because it seems like every time I've been there, the entire student body is in the building at both schools, which is wonderful, especially during basketball season.
Oh, yeah.
They can get that gym rocking over there. But, you know, Coach, is there, I mean, I know you got some spots to fill, things like that. Everybody does right now, some more than others. But what would be the one thing that you would say to, you know, any coaches looking to come out there that are looking at some of the jobs y'all have?
Okay, so several things. Number one, we have a fantastic band director in Mr. Davis. We have an outstanding cheer sponsor in Miss Brown. And I'm telling you right now, those two are a huge part of getting our student section fired up and bringing about that community pride. You don't get where you want to be just by being great in sports. You have some built-in advantages that we are fully supportive and in alignment with, okay, when it comes to cheer, when it comes to band, and that's a big part of it. Just as far as coaches are concerned, I mean, come look and see what we're doing. We just got a bunch of stipends. We just upgraded and updated our stipend sheet. And like, no one gets into this for the money, but I truly believe we're going to be more competitive now, both with our teaching salaries and with our stipends, not just on an Ellis County level, but on a state level. And then, man, this is just all you got to do is drive through the town. Before I even worked in Maypearl, like I'd been wanting to work in Maypearl before I even worked there. I went to the 287 taco shop with my wife one time, and I said, man, let's go. You know what I'm talking about? 287.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I didn't get this big not knowing where that is. Okay.
Oh, man, I said, let's go check out Maypearl. And my wife goes, are you serious? I said, yes, I would love to work. I just got a feeling about this place. I'd been trying to work there since we moved to Texas.
Wow.
In 2020, I'm sorry, not 2022, in 2018. When my wife got a job out here, we moved back from my home state of Arizona to here. And because my wife's from here. And so, you know, I worked in Dallas for a year. I worked in Mesquite for a year. And then I finally got the opportunity. Coach Reapy gave me the opportunity to come on and work in Maypearl. And before I even had that opportunity, we drove through, and I remember seeing the primary school and the little Panther cub on the front of the primary school and just driving around. I know my wife thought I was crazy. I know she still tells me that like that was crazy, but it was prophetic, you know. And look where we're at now. It's come and see for yourself. Everyone's gonna preach family. I promise you, we got kids running around the field house. My kids, Coach DeRazzo's kids, okay, and like we have kids, Coach Brandt's child, I mean, administrator kids, teacher kids, coach kids, they're all friends. We all look out for each other. Hey, coach, you need me to watch the girls for a little bit? I got you. Don't worry about it. We'll drive them over to the field house. Whatever. I mean, it's just, it is family. Everyone says family. We live it. Come see for yourself.
Well, and Coach, are y'all thinking about, as you're growing, right, there's going to be more kids needing more opportunities. And I just had the question of, would y'all look at expanding your athletic roster maybe to something like, wrestling?
Yeah, so that's something that in my presentation and in my interviews, that was something that I put. It's in the very primary stages, and it's something that I would have to speak with our superintendent about and talk with the school board about. But obviously, yes, with the growth that we're gonna have, there's gonna be a desire to expand. And what we want to do is we want to be great in the sports that we have. We want to be great in all those sports. We also want to be able to provide additional opportunities when they can exist. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to jump out in front of something before we're ready. And then all of a sudden we end up sabotaging a sport because we were too eager to add another sport. The sports that down the road could potentially get added, man, the top two sports that come to my mind would be wrestling and soccer. Okay. And I know there's other sports that we could look at as well, but I think, I would love to see us get to a point. I don't know, sir. I don't know if that's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or 2 years from now. I don't know. But yes, I know that down the road, that is something that we will be exploring and possibly discussing and maybe eventually adding. But it's in the very, very early stages of that.
Well, I was just asking because all the massive growth that you're getting, you're probably going to have record graduating classes pretty soon, stuff like that for Maypearl. But, well, Coach, what would you like to leave everybody with? You've got new facilities coming, which is amazing. I love the dark green, light green, dark green. Yeah. Love that look. Very unique because everybody's normally going just flat. But is there anything you'd like to leave the folks in Maypearl with? Not anything like, like your football designs or what kind of defense you're going to run, but, you've talked about family, heart, and drive with these kids. And I know that's something that you're big about from the times you and I have been able to talk shortly, but is there anything else you'd like to say to everybody? Because, this summer session, volleyball starts in 82 hours, basically.
Yeah. The staff that we have right now, we have a couple more pieces that we need to add. Yeah. But the staff that we have right now is incredible. The coaching staff, the teaching staff, and the administrative staff that we have is great. We have some really strong returning pieces as far as the staff and faculty is concerned. And then we got some awesome additions. We have a new high school principal in Miss Brandy Schisler, and she's going to be amazing. Our middle school principal, Miss Andrea Bone, just got promoted from assistant principal to principal at the middle school. So, we have people rising up through the ranks who are familiar with Maypearl, and then we're adding some really key pieces on that end, which I think is great. And just overall, you can feel the excitement building. Today was a really good day. We were finally able to, the announcement got made. I was finally able to say, I'm the athletic director, head football coach. So now we have a vision, and we understand the direction that we're heading, but it's really a tribute to every coach that stayed on. We lost, 4 total coaches off that staff. And those were all, those were some good coaches. We had a coach retire, and we had 3 other coaches leave for other opportunities. But my goodness, the amount, it's big because it's great for the fact that we have so much of involvement with the relationships. And it's really a tribute to all those coaches that I went to each coach and I said, hey, I want this job. Would you support me? And every single coach that I talked to said yes. And I mean,
That's awesome.
that's just like that. That's not about me. That's about them just trusting me and loving Maypearl and wanting to be here because it's Maypearl. I mean, look at that. That's
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we want to thank you for your time tonight and congratulate you once again on being able to make. I know this decision was probably made a couple weeks ago, and timing stuff, you got to wait until everything. But on the announcement today, and we wish you the best of luck this summer getting everything in order, getting a full staff put together. And we can't wait to see how it starts out next year.
Thanks so much. Anytime you want to come by, man, you let me know. Any coaches you want access to, you let me know, man. We got a great youth program too. Great youth program. And that is the lifeblood of our community. We got awesome youth coaches. And boy, like that's another thing that we're really going to be looking to build on. So
awesome. Well, thanks, Coach.